There's some mistake in there. Can you correct it? It is not Isha Charitham, it is Nisha Charitham. Nisha, Nishachari. Putana is Nishachari. Yeah, but there's a mistake there. They will not be able to chant. Huh? So copy this verse alone to another word file and add one N before the I. Nishachari. So I'm reading from text 13. There's a mistake in this laptop version of the verse. It is Nishachari and it is written here as Ishachari. Totally different meaning. The meaning completely changes. Yeah, this is the correct one. Yeah, this is the correct one. Nisha Chari Itham Vyathita Stana Vyasur Nishacharitham Vyathita Stana Vyasur Vyadaya Keshamscharanau Bhuja Api Vyadaya Keshamscharanau Bhujavapi Prasarya Goshthe Nijarupam Asthita Prasarya Goshthe Nijarupam Asthita Vajra Ahataha Vritra Iva Apatan Nripa Vajrahato Vritra Iva Patan Nripa Nishacharitham Vyatitastana Vyasur Vyadaya Keshamscharanau Bhujavapi Prasarya Goshthe Nijarupamastita Vajrahato Vritra Iva Patan Nripa Nishacharitham Vyatitastana Vyasur Vyadaya Keshamscharanau Bhujavapi Prasarya Goshthe Nijarupamastita Vajrahato Vritraiva Patan Nripa Vijayaritham Vyatitastana Visur Vyadaya Keshamscharanau Bhujavapi Prasarya Goshthe Nijarupamastita Vajrahato Vritra Iva Patan Nripa Nishacharitham Vyatitastana Vyasur Vyadaya Keshamscharanau Bhujavapi prasarya goshthe nijarupamastita vajrahato vritra vivapatandripa nishachari. The Rakshasi, Putana, it's referring to Putana. Itham, in this way, Vyatitastana, being severely aggrieved because of pressure on her breast. Vyasuhu, lost her life. Vyadaya, opening her mouth wide. Keshan, bunch of hairs. Charana, her two legs. Bhujao, her two hands. Api, also. Prasarya, expanding. Goshthe, in the pasturing ground. Nija Rupam, Asthita, remained in her original demoniac form. Vajra Ahataha, killed by the thunderbolt of Indra. Vritraha, Vritrasura, Iva, as if. Apatat, fell down. Nripa, O king. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Translation. In this way, the demon Putana, very much aggrieved because her breast was being attacked by Krishna, lost her life. O King Parikshit, opening her mouth wide and spreading her arms, legs and hair, she fell down in the pasturing ground in her original form as a Rakshasi, as Vritrasura had fallen when killed by the thunderbolt of Indra. Please repeat this translation after me. It's a ghastly translation. A description by Shukadev Goswami to King Parikshit about the wonderful power of Lord Krishna, even as a small infant, 10-day-old baby. Please repeat. In this way, the demon Putana, very much aggrieved because her breast was being attacked by Krishna, lost her life. O King Parikshit, opening her mouth wide and spreading her arms, legs and hair, she fell down in the pasturing ground in her original form as a Rakshasi, as Vritrasura had fallen when killed by the thunderbolt of Indra. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Just one sentence, short purport. Putana was a great Rakshasi who knew the art of covering her original form by mystic power. But when she was killed, her mystic power could not hide her, and she appeared in her original form. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. So Shukadeva Goswami is narrating the pastimes of Krishna, beginning with his birth pastime itself, to Parikshit Maharaj. Now remember, Parikshit is sitting and hearing in preparation for quitting his body. He has been cursed by one Brahmana boy to die within 7 days. So he has only 7 days time, but Shukadeva Goswami has assured him, 7 days is a lot of time. One moment is enough to prepare yourself to go back to Godhead. If you can just completely absorb your mind, your consciousness in Krishna. And Shukadeva Goswami is telling Parikshit, now 7 days, you sit and hear, 7 days and nights, sit and hear Srimad Bhagavatam. And the wonderful narration of Srimad Bhagavatam was made by Shukadeva Goswami, not only to Parikshit Maharaj. Because Parikshit was quitting his body, he was a great devotee, a great Rajarshi, devotee king, emperor of this world. He renounced everything in order to prepare for quitting his body. So, all the great saintly persons from all over the universe, they came to that holy place where Parikshit had retired, and they wanted to witness how this great Rajarshi is going to quit his body. How is he going to quit his body? Just like when Bhishma prepared himself to quit his body, all the great saintly persons from all over the universe assembled there, including the Pandavas. So, this quitting the body, which we ordinarily call it as death, it's not death. It is the soul, the spirit soul, leaving the body. Because the body is a temporary inhabitation. It's a temporary place for the soul to be situated. So, preparation for quitting the body is preparation for going back to our original home, Krishna's personal abode, Vaikuntha Loka, Goloka Vrindavana. That is the preparation we have to do, especially as devotees. So simply absorb your mind, practice absorbing your mind in Krishna consciousness, beginning with chanting of Hare Krishna and also hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavata Shravana, Nama Sankirtana and Bhagavata Shravana. Two very important ways of practicing being situated in Krishna consciousness, so that whenever death comes, it doesn't matter when death comes. For those who are non-devotees, only if they are able to quit their body at an auspicious time, they can go back to Godhead. But for devotees, this is the secret Krishna reveals in the 8th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. He says, for the non-devotees, if they quit the body at an auspicious time, they can go back to Godhead. They are free from the repetition of birth and death. All their life's problems is solved. Everything finished. All problems are over. But if they quit the body at an inauspicious time, Shukla Krishne gatir hyete jagate shashvate mate. There are two kinds of quitting the body. Quitting the body in auspicious time and quitting the body in inauspicious time. So for the non-devotees, they have to prepare to quit the body, that means to die, at an auspicious time. And that preparation is very, very, very difficult. Devotees don't bother, because for devotees, simply by practicing Krishna consciousness and learning to be absorbed in Krishna consciousness all the time, whenever death comes, it doesn't matter. If you quit the body being absorbed in Krishna consciousness, whatever time you quit the body, however you quit the body, it doesn't matter. You straight go back to God. It's simply because your consciousness is absorbed in Krishna consciousness. That's all. This is the secret of the Bhagavatam. Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya. Practice hearing Bhagavatam every day. Practice chanting Hare Krishna every day. Then, nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu. All inauspicious things, all sinful reactions be completely destroyed to nil. You become purified. Then what happens? Bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki. You become fixed up in Krishna consciousness. Then whenever death comes, it doesn't matter. So Parikshit Maharaj actually is already absorbed in Krishna consciousness because he is a pure devotee. But then he's teaching us, because we may not be pure devotees. So, how we should prepare for death? Practice fixing the mind in Krishna consciousness through activities of bhakti, beginning with chanting and hearing Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So Shukadeva Goswami is describing to Parikshit Maharaj the pastimes of the Supreme Lord and his pure devotees. And he has now come to the almost the end of such description, in which the most important description of the pastimes of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Krishna is not alone. He is never alone. He is always with his devotees. Krishna in his expansion as Paramatma, he is seated in everybody's heart. But he's seated there as if he is not present at all. His presence cannot be felt, cannot be experienced, cannot be seen by non-devotees, by ordinary people. People cannot make out Krishna is sitting within my heart as Paramatma. No. They cannot make out. So, Krishna as Paramatma, as far as the living entities are concerned, he is all alone in the core of the heart of every living being. All alone. And in his feature is Brahman. Brahman means his feature as energy, his own energy. Two kinds of energy, external energy and internal energy. Internal energy is a spiritual energy for his own purposes, for his devotees, for himself. And external energy is for foolish living entities like us, who want to enjoy independently, who want to forget Krishna. So for our sake, there is this external energy of Krishna, this material existence. And for his own sake, he is a spiritual world, his spiritual abode. And his pure devotees are with him in his personal abode. That is the spiritual energy. So, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explains, right now, we are under the influence of the external energy, the material energy. And therefore, we suffer various kinds of difficulties, miseries, troubles, problems, anxieties, etc. So Krishna says, get out of this material existence. Come out of this material energy. Enter my spiritual energy. Come into my spiritual energy. Come to me. I am situated in my spiritual energy. Come to me. Mahatmanastu mam partha daivim prakritim ashritaha. In the 9th chapter, the most confidential knowledge, Krishna describes, my pure devotees, he calls them as Mahatmas, they're great souls. They are always situated under the shelter of my internal potency, my spiritual energy. So Parikshit is sitting and hearing Srimad Bhagavatam from Shukadeva Goswami. So he is situated in Krishna's internal potency. How is that? Even though he's in the material world is where material energy is acting. But when we become engaged in Krishna consciousness, when we chant Hare Krishna, the chanting of Hare Krishna, or when we hear Bhagavatam, that hearing of Bhagavatam will actually situate our consciousness in Krishna consciousness. The sound vibration of the Hare Krishna mantra, the sound vibration of the Bhagavatam, recitation of Bhagavatam, it actually generates a spiritual atmosphere. And you're all sitting in this hall where Bhagavatam is being recited. So you are situated in spiritual energy. You're situated in spiritual energy. And this spiritual energy is going to act on your consciousness. It's going to purify your heart. Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya. Bhagavata seva. All of you are doing bhagavata seva. You are hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. This is also seva. This is also devotional service. Bhakti seva. So what does it do? Abhadra is nashta. All the dirty things in your heart, all your old sinful reactions from the past, everything is getting destroyed. Not only that, it will also awaken your dormant bhakti. Your dormant Krishna consciousness is awakened little by little. So, Parikshit is sitting and hearing Bhagavatam. Of course, he is completely absorbed in hearing the Bhagavatam. Because he is naturally a devotee. He is a devotee, so naturally his only interest is in Krishna consciousness. He has no other interest. So when Shukadeva Goswami is speaking Bhagavatam, he is very, very, very happy. He is very pleased. He is glorifying Shukadeva Goswami. And he's sitting and asking questions and hearing Shukadeva Goswami's answers to his questions. So, at the end of the 9th canto, when Shukadeva Goswami described different dynasties, he described the Yadu dynasty. And he said in that Yadu dynasty, the Supreme Lord appeared as Krishna and Balaram. And they performed some pastimes and delivered the whole world. So, Shukadeva Goswami completed 9th canto with a brief description of Krishna's pastimes. Just like he has described briefly about all the different pastimes of the different incarnations in the earlier cantos. Though, in 7th canto, detailed description of Narasimha Avatar is there. Other than that, most other descriptions are brief descriptions of pastimes. Even Vamana's description is in a little detail. Some descriptions are a little detailed. But Krishna's description, even though in the 9th canto, the 24th chapter, 9th canto, last chapter, whatever the chapter number is. The title of the chapter is Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Shukadeva Goswami briefly describes Krishna's incarnation. Parikshit Maharaj says, my dear sir, please describe to me in detail about Krishna's pastimes. Why? Why is he asking detailed description? Nivritta tarshay rupagiyamanat bhavaushadhat shrotra manobhiramat ka uttama shloka gunanuvadat puman virajyeta vina pashugnat. He says, the transcendental vibration generated by your speaking Krishna's pastimes, describing Krishna's pastimes, it is very, very beneficial for the entire human society. People can become completely free from all material desires. They can become purified. They can develop attraction for Krishna. They can relish hearing Krishna's Leela. And they can become completely liberated So therefore, kindly describe Krishna's pastimes in detail. So, Shukadeva Goswami was very pleased with this request, and he went on to describe Krishna's pastimes in detail. Therefore, the 10th canto has got 90 chapters, 90 chapters. Srila Prabhupada, before he began to translate the 10th canto, he has given a detailed account of a detailed introduction to the 10th canto, and he has also given briefly what each chapter is describing. What is the description of Krishna's pastimes in each chapter? First chapter to 90th chapter is given in the beginning of the 10th canto. And then, in the very opening of the first chapter of the 10th canto, he gives in brief the different sections of the 10th canto. The first 5 chapters, then 6th chapter to, I think, something like 39th chapter, Vrindavan Leela. First 5 chapters are the introduction to the 10th canto, introduction to Krishna's Leela, the events leading to Krishna's appearance. And Vrindavan Leela, 6th chapter to 39th chapter. Then Krishna's traveling, 2 chapters. Then Krishna's Mathura pastimes, some 10 chapters. Then the remaining chapters until the 90th chapter, Dwarka Leela. So Prabhupada explains this 10th canto in detail. Of course, Prabhupada could translate only 13 chapters of the 10th canto. But Prabhupada knew he'll not be able to complete the 10th canto. So before he began to write the 10th canto, he had already translated and given a summary description of the 10th canto in the form of Krishna book. So Prabhupada has given us Krishna's pastimes in detail in the Krishna book, already given, fully, 100%. But still, in the 10th canto, Shukadeva Goswami describes in detail. Why I am telling all this is, this description of Putana's death is very ghastly. Whereas Bhagavatam is a narration of the sweet pastimes of the Supreme Lord. So how can this description be part of sweet pastimes description of Krishna? So we to understand, Shukadeva Goswami is describing the pastimes of Krishna in detail. That Krishna is a small infant, 10-day-old baby, about 10 days old baby. How he performed this wonderful pastime of delivering Putana. Delivering means he purified Putana. He took her back to his personal abode as his loving and affectionate mother. Even though she came to kill Krishna, to feed him poisoned breast milk, Krishna not only sucked out the poison, but sucked out her life air also. So when he sucked out her life air, what happened? she is immediately dead. She has left her body. But where did she go? Person is spirit soul, person is not the body. So after quitting the body at death, generally people have to take on another body. But Putana was liberated, not only liberated, but also given a position in Krishna's personal abode, Goloka Vrindavana, as his mother, simply because even to kill Krishna, she came disguised as a affectionate nurse, Dhatri. In the Chanakya Niti Shloka, there's a description by Chanakya Pandit. 7 kinds of mothers. All of us have 7 kinds of mothers. Atma Mata, Guru Patni, Brahmani, Raja Patnika, Dhenu, Dhatri, Tatha Prithvi. These are the 7 mothers. Dhatri is the nurse. Formerly there were no nursing homes, maternity hospitals, no. People used to deliver, the mothers would deliver the child in their own home or in the house of a Dhatri, a nurse. So the assistant for the delivery would be a nurse. Even now, of course, in the hospitals you have nurses to assist the delivery of a child. But these nurses used to be in the villages, in their homes. They would either visit the home of the mother who is delivering the child, or the mother will visit the home of the nurse. The nurse cannot come or whatever. So these nurses, not only they would assist in delivering the child, but in case the mother is not able to breastfeed her milk to the child, the nurse will feed her own breast milk to the child. And there are many different reasons why sometimes the child has to be breastfed by the nurse. I don't want to get into details. That's also described in the Bhagavatam. Anyway. So, she appeared as a Dhatri, disguised as a Dhatri. She came to kill Krishna, but she disguised as a Dhatri. So Krishna is so very kind that basically Krishna wants to deliver all of us, wants to take us back to his personal abode, because we all belong to him. We are his beloved children, part and parcels. But then he won't take us back unless we agree to be taken back. As long as we don't agree, he will not take us back. Even though he has the power, he's supremely powerful, unlimitedly powerful, he can take us back. He can purify us. He can force us, but he will not force. Because as Jiva, we have got what is called as free will. So, our free will, we exercise irrespective of what is our position, what are the kinds of karma we do. Our free will is always active. That is why, even though Krishna is seated in our heart, and he is always giving us good intelligence, he gives us intelligence, he gives us good intelligence. He gives us remembrance. He gives us remembrance of our original position, who we are, about He being our topmost well-wisher. In this material world, we've forgotten Krishna, we've forgotten ourselves, who we are. So He gives us remembrance. He also makes us forget all our nonsensical material plans for enjoyment in this world. But then, such remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness is given by Krishna according to our free will. According to our free will, we want Krishna to remind us of material enjoyment. Then He'll give us remembrance of our plans for material enjoyment. If we desire to do some sinful activity, Krishna will give us knowledge about how to do sinful activities. So, this is only for the non-devotees. Non-devotees, they invariably misuse their free will and they do all kinds of stupid things. So Krishna, because He respects our free will, He'll facilitate that. But He does it in such a way that as far as our real self is concerned, soul is concerned, soul is untouched by any of these material activities. By any material reaction, soul is untouched. Asangoyam purushaha. The spirit soul, also called as Purusha. Asanga is untouched by matter, by material existence, by material reactions, material activities, material body, material mind, material intelligence, material ego, completely aloof. Aham Brahmasmi. I am the spiritual part, tiny spiritual part of Krishna. I am pure spirit soul, each one of us. So this spirit soul, as a spirit soul, I am untouched by everything material. Therefore, what Krishna does is, He places us in this material world, which is an illusory world. That's why His illusory energy is working here. Because in illusory energy, the experience is like this is a real world. But actually it is not a real world. It is an illusory world. So whatever is happening to us, we think, oh, I am hurt. You are not hurt. Your body is hurt. And you are not the body. But then I experience pain even though I am not hurt. My body is hurt. I experience pain. Why? Oh, well, sir, you have to experience pain because you are supposed to get some punishment for some sinful activity you did. Laws of karma are working in this world. But even that experience of pain is an experience in the mind. It's an experience in the mind. And this mind in which we experience the pain is what? It is matter. Even the experience of pain in the mind is actually illusory experience. Whereas when we chant Hare Krishna, we hear Bhagavatam, such hearing is an experience of the soul, the spirit soul. It's a spiritual experience. You are hearing, you are able to hear Bhagavatam only with your spiritual ears. You can't hear with these ears. With these ears, you can't hear Bhagavatam. You can't hear spiritual sound with the material ears. When you take prasadam, you're going to have khichdi, no? No? Today? You're going to get khichdi now if you stay on after the class for taking prasadam. Even otherwise, you'll get khichdi at the counter, correct? Counter also they give the naan. Okay. So that khichdi prasadam you're eating, that taste of prasadam, you cannot taste with this tongue, material tongue. No. It's only possible with spiritual senses. So, honoring prasadam, hearing Bhagavatam, chanting, vibrating the tongue and saying Hare Krishna is done with the spiritual senses. It's a spiritual experience. So, therefore, that experience is a real experience. Whereas the pain we experience due to some material injury or the illusory tasting experience of eating ordinary food, whether you like it or don't like it, whatever you eat, material stuff, that experience is an illusory experience. So, Krishna is very kind. He keeps the soul, you, aloof from the body, and the experiences you get are just temporary, illusory experiences of both pleasure and pain. Because even that pleasure is material pleasure. It's not real pleasure. Pleasure or pain, it is material. And is experienced in the material mind. And it just gives a temporary sensation. It's not a real experience. It's a temporary experience, an illusory experience, a momentary experience. Every moment you are experiencing, as long as you're in this illusory energy. Whereas this hearing Bhagavatam, whatever the description by Shukadeva Goswami, even though it's a ghastly description of Putana's death, ghastly description, but it is not a ghastly description. It's a sweet pastime description of Krishna. Why is it sweet description? Because Krishna is liberating Putana from her nonsensical demoniac activities by ending her demoniac life and awarding her the life of a loving Dhatri, nurse, in his personal abode. So that's why it's a sweet pastime. So this description is a real experience. Hearing this description is a real experience. Not only for Putana, it is liberating, it is delivering, even for all of us. Hearing this, experiencing this, remembering this, and becoming fixed up in Krishna consciousness is guaranteed deliverance. We'll all go back to Godhead. Provided we don't keep on developing new desires for material enjoyment. So rest of your life, try to minimize your material activities to only absolutely essential activities. Minimum. Make it minimum. And don't develop new material plans for enjoyment in this material world. Don't develop new plans. Don't develop new desires. Strengthen your desire to go to Krishna, not to take birth again in this material world for material enjoyment. Develop spiritual desires to associate with Krishna. Become Krishna's devotee. Krishna says, Man mana, think of me. Bhava mad bhakto, become my devotee. Topmost instruction in Bhagavad Gita. Yes, I'll end the class. Last point. Bhava mad bhakto, madhyaji, worship me. Mam namaskuru, you bow down to me. Mame vaishyasi, you will come back to me. I will take you. You will come back to me. You will not take birth again in this material world. Asamshaya, without any doubt. Don't have doubt. So this is Krishna's topmost instruction in Bhagavad Gita. And for making that happen, Krishna has actually, through Vyasadeva, through Shukadeva Goswami, Vyasadeva has written the Bhagavatam. Shukadeva Goswami has spoken the Bhagavatam for our benefit. So that we become devotees, so that we bow down to Krishna. We have real experience of hearing Krishna's sweet pastimes. And then we prepare ourselves to go back to Godhead. I'll stop here. Grantarat Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.